Alright fellas, the question I see all the time remains unanswered. What is the best army possible in Bannerlord? Is it a horde of cons guards, swarming with hit and run tactics, or a mix of Fian Champs and Imperial Elite Cataphract, sweeping everything in front of them aside? Is it masses of elite palace guards and VLANDIAN sharpshooters, or some kind of mix of the best troops in the game? In this series, we'll look to explore and answer that question, as I put my 10,000 hours of Bannerlord to the test with 400 elite mixed units comprised of what I consider the best possible 400-man army in the game. We'll take on a variety of different challenges and, amplified by mods, enormous legions of the enemy to try and demonstrate the awesome power of the perfect Bannerlord army. And we'll just, we'll shimmy around these Northern Empire forces. If you can't beat them, go around them, right? We absorb some humble pie here with the first defeat in this series, but, we reload the save game here and onward, right? We're looking for more challenges here. I would love to fight the Kazate. There's a city under siege there. Maybe we can get another interesting defense in this little mini campaign. And with that said, welcome back again to the episode of Tactical Enlightenment. Our YouTube channel is dedicated to all things Bannerlord related, and especially Advanced Battlefield Command and Tactics. This mini campaign is dedicated to defining and sort of designing, I don't mean to be rhyming, the best army that you can come up with in Bannerlord. We have an army of about 400 troops here, and I think we'll investigate what's occurring here at Rhotae. The enemy, of course, is enhanced with the Strength and AI mod. Holy shit. With the Strength and AI mod and perfect timing with my narration here. This is over 10,000 troops. Yeah, so there's no help, right? We're not going to recruit more troops. We could get looters and shit like that. I think we'll just try this shit, right? We're gonna give this a shot. 10 minutes after tasting defeat here to the Northern Empire, we get a chance at all-time glory here. This would be the greatest siege defense I'd ever won. We got to get there first, but it does look like we'll make it. Now, the Strength and AI mod is at play here, right? So this force is going to have at least a couple thousand of low-level troops. Otherwise, this would not be possible. I mean, we have 68 in the garrison, our 300 and whatever, our 400 and something troops. And you can see, even though they do have some higher-end troops, they have 62 trained tiered archers and 100 Vigla recruits and stuff like that, but it's still going to be, this is going to be like the zombie apocalypse Bannerlord style here. Fuck it, right? No guts, no glory. Plus this shit's exhilarating for me to try. We've got the right setup here. Decreased melee attack and damage for our main hero. That way he'll be able to slug his way through another siege defense here. Epic siege, right? Strap yourself in. 11,800 Western Empire forces here, and the random soundtrack ramps up a beautiful juggernaut track for the onset of this battle here. Now it looks like they've got trebuchets built, which is worrying, right? Because that means they're going to pound our troops within the courtyard. And I'm not that familiar with Rhotae. This is not a city I have a lot of experience defending. We've got kind of a strange light. It looks like it's just rained or something. And indeed, we have a gigantic fucking hole in the wall here. So that's going to make things extra difficult. The walls are all busted up. There's a trillion forces outside. I wonder what kind of walls we can use here. You know, it dawns on me, I don't think I've defended Rhotae once for this campaign or for this channel. So this is kind of optimal, even though this fucking area is closed off. That would be an amazing place for us to put troops. Shit, there's holes in both walls. All right, so let's crank the difficulty to the maximum here. Like I said, fortunately, at least the last 2,000 troops probably of this enemy force will be low-level troops, but we got to get there first, right? This will be, I'll definitely be satisfied if we kill 3/4 of these troops, but fuck it, let's win this shit, right? I've got a nasty catapult angle there. We'll just move our one. It's not even a fire catapult, it's a regular catapult. We'll move it over there. There's no protection for that catapult, so that's worrying. we've got to protect 3 different openings, right? I've got a gate. They're going to blast open the gate, and then I have 2 mega holes. So we're going to have to get really creative here with our troop locations. Now, fortunately, of course, we have an elite army for this series, right? If this is the first episode of this series you've seen, I've compiled what I feel is essentially the best possible army you can have in Bannerlord. What I mean by that is the best army for all situations, right? Cons guards in the open and whatnot. We have some Fian Champs, but we have shields, we have defensive units, we have Legionary, and we have some Palace guards to also attack when the enemy bursts a hole. Or has a huge surge here. Now I've got to play with this militia. I think what we'll do is put militia in the 4th division, or let's see here. I think the 4th division makes the most sense. We can stick them at the gate for now. We're going to have to do some triage in this battle, right? Triage, a military term where you're essentially handling the greatest need first, right? We're going to have this square at the gate. I've got 4 infantry divisions here. This 2nd division, ostensibly it's javelin throwers, it's skirmishers, but we're going to have to use those guys as infantry block early on. We've got 3 different ways the enemy's going to storm in here. Now the 3rd, there's too many shock troops in there. See, it's a perfect example. If you think like all Palace guards or all Cons guards, for example, is the perfect army, well, you get overrun in siege. They don't have the shields. And even with our elite defensive skills, all the banners, the 330 medicine skill, those guys without a shield will simply get pounded to death, even by middle-tiered infantry. So we've got to mix these shields in here so these squares can hold out. And, I mean, they're going to have to hold out against an unbelievable tide of enemies here, right? So that stairway is interesting. We can get archers kind of put up that stairs. There's not much room to work here. I'm very concerned about the space I have. Now, we have a lot of units because we have the battle size mod, and I should say, strap yourself in, right? This is going to be an epic siege. This is going to feel like an incredible medieval siege, just without the... well, actually, I don't know what it's missing. It's pretty much an optimal medieval siege. It sounds like it's raining. We might even get some thunder and lightning. So it'll be Helm's Deep style. Now, I want this division halfway up the stairs, and then the rest of them kind of tucked in that corner. That's not great because they're going to get attacked, but at least that's another angle we can shoot at the enemy as they come in. Of course, we're not going to defend the walls at all. What walls, right? They're all shot to pieces. Every wall I look at, it's basically just a defenseless wall. You might as well just kill your troops, charge, right? Charge them outside the city rather than put them there. Now, again, I have too many troops for such a small space, but there is space for me to put archers kind of back here and have them get some crossfire on the square. This is going to be a learning process for me because I have so little experience defending this city. I'm sure I've defended this before, right? I've played thousands of hours of Bannerlord, but I can't remember. I don't know if I've ever had an episode covering Rhotae, which is interesting because usually someone requests it. They're like, hey, dipshit, you've never defended Rhotae. Fucking make an episode. So if that's what you're waiting for, here you go. Of course, we may lose, right? I remind everybody that we narrate these live, and you know, bad things happen. What I mean by that, of course, is that sometimes we show losses on the channel. Of course, if you're watching these in chronological order, you know we lost the previous battle, even though we made a good fight of it. So we'll give this a shot here. I still taste that defeat, that it stings on my tongue right now, and we're looking for a little redemption. Although this would be almost a miracle here with 2 holes in the walls against 12,000 enemy troops. And we don't even have any fire catapults to really do damage. Shit, I hear them bombarding us too. I think that's them. These fuck Western Empire. It's just a huge horde Zerg pouring up. I got this little tiny militia division to cover the gate. We're going to have to adjust, but I've got that crossbow division. I can borrow some infantry with that. That's the advantage of crossbow. Guys are like, oh, just Fian Champs. Then you have no shields, and you get destroyed in a situation like this. We must have shields. Look at the enemy surging over. It's kind of dark. There's like a shadow there right at the gate, and then they emerge. It's fucking awesome. Now, I'm not going to ride a horse very long, but I want to be able to run over to the other side real quick and make sure that, you know, we're not getting overrun. We're definitely going to have to run back and forth here. I'm going to have to micromanage the shit out of this siege if we're going to have any chance here. Look at this press. Fuck. All right, fire javelins. Let's get them in a square. Let's tuck them away. God, it's a mess. Look at how many are pouring in. That's epic. I've got crossbow here. It's a little messy because the crossbow, of course, is they're getting attacked. So I might move them back here. I'm gonna have to definitely adjust on the fly here. And we don't have a lot of troops to adjust with, right? It's about 500 total. There's an enemy lord. Catch a javelin right in your knee. I used to be a Calradic lord until I caught a javelin in the knee. Down you go, wench. I'm gonna have to square this shit or charge. Look at this shit. They are pouring through. This is not gonna work. Fuck you. There's fucking Avalanchons trying to take me out. Now, we have incredibly elite armor here and a 15% reduction damage banner. This guy is an incredibly powerful character. I hear people screaming. They're dying. That's a good sound, right? The enemy's being mown down. Now, the 8th Division there is in a huge mess. I want these crossbow close because they do a decent job in melee. Over here, okay, so it looks like the main force is coming through the other opening. The gate so far is quiet. I don't know if the ram is still making its way up or what, but so far it's just that right side that looks bad. That's given me just enough time to feel comfortable to get... Where the fuck is this place? This is like the tallest tower of all time. To get up here and take a look at what kind of juicy shots we can fire. And there's a big pile of the enemy over there, but we've got no fucking protection because this city has been under siege so long. All the walls are destroyed. I can't stay here. Even though that shot was worth the time it took to get up here. I don't think I can stay up here. In fact, there's not much to shoot at, even though the enemy's pouring in tons of troops. I think if I get on this catapult, I'm just going to get shot to death. Yeah, and I think I'm more needed in the courtyard. Hopefully these guys get off some decent shots. Maybe they killed a couple right there, but it's just one of those situations. It is what it is, right? We didn't design... I wasn't at this castle or city, of course, before the siege started, so we don't have any fire catapults. Evidently, these dipshits can only build one catapult. I mean, you know what's happening here, of course, to strengthen AI. These enemy AI, the lords, are very powerful, and their siege skills sometimes are 300. So they'll just overpower your defense sieges. What the fuck? Get out of my way. What's stopping me here? I'll start getting belligerent here. I'm very stressed. This game is, you know, of course it's for fun, but a challenge like this is highly stressful. It just takes one little breach, and this side's going to be blown open, and I don't have a good contingency plan. I mean, look at that. What contingency is there for thousands of troops pouring through the walls? I haven't really explored... Oh, shit. Okay, I think that was ours. I haven't really explored secondary defenses here either. I don't know. I think we have to hold the lines here, right? I'm definitely just pretending as if there's no secondary response possible in this city, right? We are the defense here. This 370 two-handed skill is the defense here, right? We are going to fucking whirl this hammer and obliterate everything around the margins of our defending troops here. The squares at the gates and these side walls should do okay. The question is can our archers get enough damage, and can the squares hold out long enough to overcome this enormous amount of troops, right? The death spam looks terrific so far. And for some reason, my character's moving really slow. I feel like I'm running through... I don't know if it's because it's raining. Maybe the characters move a lot slower. I don't remember running this slow with 330 athleticism. The 8th Corps, I don't know what to do with the 8th Corps, to be honest. The 8th Corps is a mix of units. It's archers and infantry. There's really high-end units in it. And right now, I just have it back in reserve because I don't have enough space, right? If I bring them up here, it's just a maelstrom of troops. And it's essential that we get lots of... You fucking asshole. There's always one Variag who blocks 87 shots in a row. It's essential, of course, that I keep both the reserve unit and we let our archers work here. We obviously can't win this battle in melee. We can't just charge and win. We're going to have to be very strategic here, very tactical. Let's get this 2nd Corps out of the way. These guys, this is Hugh the Hammer's division, and so these guys have extra good defense. We're going to use these guys later. I'm just trying to tuck them out of the way. The reason I'm doing this is because I need line of sight. I need our archers to shoot every single thing that comes through these two different holes. For whatever reason, the gate has been ignored. Maybe they destroyed the siege ram. I don't know. Usually by now the gate is down, and that's going to make it even harder. I'm not sure why the gate is not down, but that's okay, right? I mean, obviously that's good for us. We'll take every advantage at this stage we can. It's still gnarly with 2 fucking gaping holes that the enemy's pouring through. Now, right now, it's quiet. It's really eerie. All of a sudden, nobody's attacking. Now, this square here is already beat to shit. 15 guys. See, this is what I mean. We can steal units here from the 2nd Corps. People always ask, that's F3, F5 on the PC, and I have no fucking idea how to do that on the console. I hope you fellas can do that, because being able to move units between divisions is vital. But it's eerily quiet here. I don't know. Oh, here they come. I mean, it's eerie. They storm up and they're dark until they get into the light. And fucking, these guys are almost the most dangerous for me because they block everything. These fucking Vigla recruits and the Equitae horsemen or whatever the fuck. Now, it's a Western Empire force, but of course in this campaign, all the kingdoms have an amalgamation of different units. So the gate is just not... this is the strangest siege. Hopefully you guys aren't disappointed. Oops, sorry about that. I just killed one of our guys, as usual. Argyle would say victory is assured. The enemy, it looks like they're hesitant, and I don't blame them, right? That's what happens to you hesitant bitches. Lake Rat Wrecker catches one right in the fucking face. You can have one too. How did I miss? This guy's point blank. I don't know if the enemy's hesitant here or getting stuck on these rocks, but I expected a flood, and it's been a very gradual... I mean, I spoke too soon. Yeah, you fucking Equitae, Imperial Equitae. The good news is I'm already seeing Tier 3 and Tier 4 units, right? We're no longer in elite units, and that's a great sign. This early, I'm kind of surprised. Now, I'm going to have to run back and forth. We will use the RTS mod at times, and there'll be other times where I just... usually, if I'm not using it, I'm thinking. Right now, I'm trying to think of ways to kill the enemy, right? I've got... I should have those stones that are underneath the gatehouse, so we could throw some of those down. But I don't think they're going to be very effective, because I'm going to have to run all the way over here to grab one. Yeah, the enemy's pouring in. You know, one of the things that's going on here is they have hundreds of archers that are looking for a shot, and they don't have one. So we're going to get a huge surge of archers eventually. But these stones, normally you throw them right through there, through the murder hole. Obviously, there's no troops coming through the gate. For whatever reason, we either destroyed the ram or they didn't have a ram. Which would be really weird. I mean, that's super effective. Just killed like 9 guys and did damage to more, but I won't waste your time here. I also think this is almost counterproductive because with this guy's hammer, I can probably kill in that. Where did everybody go? All of a sudden, all their troops, they must be going to the other side. There was 700 guys there. Now there's 20. Let's see what's going on here. This must be a mega zerg. It is. Look at the size of that fucking army out there. This is fucking epic. I hope you guys are fucking loving this. I'm fucking thrilled. My hands are actually shaking, which is not terrific for my gameplay. I'll try to keep it steady here, but I got an adrenaline rush, fellas. I don't know what to tell you. It's natural. Even though, I go on fires and CPR calls calmly. When I play an exciting Bannerlord battle like this, kill that lord. It's fucking exhilarating. And of course we want to succeed, right? That's the big thing here. You could just fight this battle and lose or probably wouldn't get adrenaline. We've got a chance to win this. It's remote, but we've got a chance. We had a battle a long time ago that I labeled Helm's Deep, and it was against 10,000, I think at Amitatis, which is a better defense makeup than this city. And we didn't succeed, but we made a hell of a run at it. And of course I'm worried that we're going to do kind of like that last battle. We're going to do well but lose this siege. And here they come, right? The archers storming fucking through. Of course they have Fian Champs too. We got to do something here. This is not going to work. Look at them fucking moshing over that wall. Holy shit. Now it's good news is it's archers, right? This is not a bunch of Imperial Elite Legionary and stuff like that. That side seems okay. I'm just going to have to run back and forth. And even with the speed, with the faster speed, I still feel really slow. I'm going to get up here and just bash the shit out of these guys. Of course, we're going to do lots of hit and run attacks. Look at that shit, right? I just killed 7-8 guys right there. That's so much more effective than me picking up those stones. And of course, we're helping the square out because these poor guys on the square are being completely overrun, right? Mauled by the enemy. 10 different fucking enemy forces are stomping these guys. You guys aren't going to even look at me and kill you, Sergeant Crossbow. And kill that Sergeant Crossbow. Those guys especially. Any tier 5 archers at this stage, we've got to kill with extreme prejudice. Yeah, this is fucking beautiful. Hugh the Hammer earns his name. Everything is just the right angle that they're almost like falling down into my hammer. I just spin this thing until my hands are tired. Of course, my hands are already tired. I wish I was 25 like half you guys. This game would be so much easier. You get to my age, you get fatigued. It's just a simple reality. I remember playing poker for 9-hour sessions when I was your guys' age. And I know some of you guys are older. But when I was 25, the endurance I had for everything, including the bedroom, everything was fucking amazing. I'm still actually stronger than when I was 25. I just don't have the endurance. Alright, enough about me. Let's get back to this shit. So the 8th Corps is a mess, but I'm going to use them as an attack dog division. Look at how strong the division is. Fian Champ, Palace Guard, Hans Guard. Oh shit. Enemies pouring through here. Show me your card. Okay, that guy's a good guy. Almost killed one of ours. Already killed one of ours. Get the fuck out of it. You know what these fucks are trying to do? They're trying to open the front gate. The enemy either had their ram destroyed or they don't have one. And now, like a dipshit going out in the woods without a fucking flint, a flint and tinder, these guys wish they had all their equipment here. Of course it's a truck. These guys block everything. As long as I keep bobbing and weaving, though, these archers aren't about to set up right in front of me. Fuck you guys. This looks great, though. They're getting smoked by archers on the way in. I've still got over half a health bar. Of course, Hugh the Hammer has max athleticism, right? So 330 athleticism. I think he has 209 or 212 hit points or something like that. This guy is a god of war, right? And people, your character must be playing on lower difficulty. Nah, it's just a very high-level character. If you've never had a very high-level character in Bannerlord, this is what they look like, right? He's wearing legendary armor. He's got a custom weapon. He's got a 15% reduction damage in melee damage, which is almost the only damage we're going to experience here, right? The enemy's not going to be hitting him with a lot of arrows. Just put a few more troops on that far side there. I've got to kind of help these guys push through. What I did is I added more archers on the stairs over there. And again, like I said, this is going to be a necessary part of strategy here. I'm going to have to basically try to manage this on a very high level, micromanage the siege. If we didn't, I don't think we have any chance of winning. We may not have any chance anyways. The enemy's unbelievably never ending. But I like this combo. You guys shoot him in the neck, and I will knock him on the ground, right? We got a good fucking combo. It's a good thing working here. Until my health gets low, I'm gonna fucking Conan the Barbarian this bitch-ass Western Empire force. We're going to have some epic sieges for this series. I mean, this is definitely the biggest siege I've ever been a part of. 11,800. Of course, it is amplified by the Strength and AI mod. The enemy literally gets troops out of thin air, right, with this mod. The good thing, though, is that they don't level immediately, right? So in a siege situation like this, you're getting what you get now, which is a lot of Tier 3, Tier 4, Tier 2 units. At some point earlier, they're only going to have recruits. So we just got to hold the fort until that happens. I mean, can you imagine what 60 sharpshooters do to recruits, right? It's going to be a nuclear war for the enemy. Just mass annihilation. But we're still getting non-stop shields, Tier 3, Tier 2 units pouring through the door. We've got to survive this onslaught, and they really are mosh pitting into the fucking courtyard. This is working, though. This is definitely going to work. Right? I've got to head back to the other location soon, but as long as I don't get too bad of a blow, no blows to the head, these fucking guys defending everything. Get off. I've still got 5 javelins left. We can throw a few of those. I'm probably going to save a few javelins, though, for emergencies, right? You're really low damage and you want to help. I got to try to keep my health. I just heard somebody say we're overrun. I hope that's their troops routing. Now, the gate is damaged. I don't know how that's happening. Maybe get the fuck out of here. Got shot right in the throat. Maybe the counter siege or the enemy siege is hitting it. They do have trebuchets, so maybe they're destroying. Maybe they destroyed their own ram. I don't know. It's another fucking vulnerable pile of pink troops. Drink some cranberry juice, you fucking weak ass Western Empire fucks. Meet the hammer. A hurricane of death on these bitches. Now the far side over there can kind of see them through the blur, The archers are doing their very best to pick off guys that come around, but I don't think that's a tenable location. Not only are they going to get attacked, but they don't have great line of sight, and they have no support. Is this a lord? Get the fuck out of here. You don't get to just run around. They still have some higher level units, like they're in a reserve situation. I'm still seeing Imperial Sergeant Crossbow and occasional Fian Champ, but most of their units at this stage are lower level. These guys are definitely doing work over here, right? It's just a graveyard. It's knee deep in Western Empire carcasses. They stack up their bodies 5 feet high. It would be cool if you could physically close the gate with just dead bodies. That would be a great feature. Get off. His hammer is lethal, and it's so fun to swing. That guy got shot to death on the ground. I'm feeling supremely confident here. I mean, I almost feel like I don't have to fight. Now, our square's taking damage. It's not taking a lot of damage, but you see there's a line of guys around our square. Those guys are being attacked, right? The square is not free of damage. They're not getting hit hard, though, right? These are medium-tiered or low-tiered units even. And they're not getting off more than a few swings of their weapon before they're shot shot in the back, right? Those Sergeant Crossbow are earning their bacon today. And if you're wondering why I have Sergeant Crossbow there instead of Fian Champs, is because I can instantly square them to shove a hole in that wall, right? If there's a huge breach, same reason I have this 4th Corps. You got to have reserve divisions for a situation like this because of this. They're fucking having a breach down here. It's charged with the 8th Corps. I need some help. In we go with the Palace Guards, and you don't want to be a Vigla recruit facing this onslaught. 15 Palace Guards wade in with Hugh the Hammer. You're gonna die. This square looks really good. I see Imperial Elite Cataphract in there. That looks good. Good job, dude. He cuts a guy down right in front of me. He's like, look, boss, I killed him for you. This side's messy. Yeah, I'm worried about this. These archers are mingled here with infantry. Eventually, these archers will wear down. Fucking assholes. These guys with the shields, man. You fucks. Little Vigla recruit. You give them credit, they hold their shield up pretty well. These guys still are no match for this axe murderer, hammer murderer. I've played an axe character in most of my other two-handed characters, but I gotta be honest, if I'm completely objective and had to choose for a campaign, say it was online, right, against players where every ounce of damage and speed counted, there's no question I would choose this sword, or this hammer. There's a high-level fucking archer. Fuck you. It is so fast that you get blocked or parried and you still get to hit the enemy. On top of that, of course, it's hitting 2 guys at once. It's knocking them all over the place. It does good damage. Not huge damage, but good damage. And it does more damage to armor, right? Because blunt damage does higher damage to stronger armor types. Basically smashes the armor. Look at, they have 1,000 units right there at that wall. This one wall, there's 1,000 units. It's just a horde of fucking enemies. Just pouring over. Fuck you. Right in the face. Come on, baby. Let's fucking win this shit. I'm a highly competitive individual, and losing sieges like this bother me. Like, we've lost some sieges like this before, and it literally, it like eats at me for a couple days. Like, I'm like, what did I fucking do wrong? What could we do better? And sometimes you just can't win, right? I think I fat-fingered a unit here. Let's bring this 4th over. What do we do here? No, those guys are okay still. The crossbar's still working, too. This side is a death trap. The enemy's pouring units through here. We got this side bottled up. This sharpshooter group here, 60 strong, just loading as fast as they can and shooting everything in sight, is a murdering device. I've got this 4th Corps here. Look at this wildlings in here chucking. Chuck those javelins, dude. Let's get you even closer. Although he's probably not hitting shit. These guys are not real accurate at long range. Look at all his errant throws. We'll pick up his fucking toys this little careless little kid threw on the ground. All right, I like that. This 4th Corps there, although they're blocking some of the archers over here. I'm not too worried about those. Crossbow are doing work. Look at the occasional guy gets through and gets mauled by Konsgard. Again, this side is the problem. I don't have really good archer angles on it, and so the enemy's really starting to stack up here. I mean, this is, the whole square is surrounded. This square is going to break down, right? These guys are holding on. There's a couple companions in there. She's wailing away with her glaive. I don't know how she's alive. We'll give her a raise. There's palace guards here helping me butcher this Western Empire force. We're winning this shit. This fucking siege is ours. Fuck you. They're just not getting in here. And of course it helps that they're tier 3, tier 2 units. These are not elite units. There's a fuck ton of them though. But if this is all they have, we got this shit. And squeeze a few units out of the 7th tier. I'm going to try to triangulate a few of these 7th units around. We can put them right here, but they still can't shoot, right? They can't see. So I think we'll put them somewhere else. We might take them to the other side. I need to fatten up this square. You see how small it's getting? It's wearing down, right? Even though these guys have elite armor, tier 2, tier 3 units eventually will kill you, right? Holding up their shields, they're doing the best they can. The onslaught is never ending. All right, let's move these archers to the other side. I've got, it's the 5th division. There's crossbow in the 5th division we can borrow. The power bar doesn't look good. The enemy's looks worse, but of course that changes every time they get a huge batch of reinforcements. And I don't think they're anywhere near or out of troops yet. I can separate some 5th. I think eventually we'll join the 2nd with the 1st. Can bring this 1st division. It's all Fian Champs. How beautiful is that? Of course, you know, anybody's saying, you got an elite army. If you just started this episode somehow right now, yeah, well, of course. That's the whole idea of this series, right? This series, and I can spend a few minutes on it since there's a little bit of a calm here. It's going to be 7, 8, 10 episodes, something like that. I've already had like 4 or 5 good battles that I'm probably going to make episodes out of. And we're going to try to fight audacious, incredible challenges in Bannerlord with, you know, no empirical evidence, but basically the idea being, what is the strongest army you can make in Bannerlord for all situations, right? What combination of troops, kingdom troops, Fian Champs, some sergeant crossbows, some palace guards makes for the best army in Bannerlord? And this is sort of going to be a lawyer's case study, so to speak, right? And again, since we have this side jammed up here, observing all the dead, look at this poor guy holding his body's like half held up there, died sitting. The mix is probably 150 archers. Out of that, 100 of those are Fian Champs. The other 50 is crossbow. Let's get this gate covered. I'm worried the enemy is going to push this gate open, right? It's already damaged. Is this motherfucking their archer? Oh, okay. I have our little friendly globe color turned way down there. But let me finish that point, though. So at least 200, or at least 100 infantry, right? 100 infantry should be at least 40 shield infantry like a legionary or an Asurai veteran infantry. Those are my favorite two. Battanian wildling, I like to have 30 to 50 of those. 30 to 50 shock troops, right? So this is Volgers, palace guards. The others are just fine too. I just prefer palace guards and Volgers. In my opinion, they're slightly better than the other shock troops. It really is super close. Like I said, about 50 crossbow, 100 Fian Champs, 50, give or take 50 Konsgard, and then about 50 to 60 heavy cav. And maybe that doesn't equal, maybe you wrote all that down, you're like, dipshit, that's 380. It's in the neighborhood of that, right? It's 8 divisions, and that heavy cav is a mix of Imperial Elite Cataphract and Asurai Vanguard Ferris. If I have my choice, those would be the two. Oh shit, the fucking gate is open. We got to get down there. I don't know how that happened, if it broke. Well, it's not broken, it's open. I think the enemy's opening this shit. Close the gate. Okay, well, at least the inner one is closed. So we don't really have to worry about it. The enemy's definitely trying to find more ways in. Look at these bitches. These guys are definitely trying to get to the gate. Fuck you guys. No gate access for you fucks. The Imperial Elite Cataphract is probably the best defensive unit in the game, right? Especially for siege. They're standing there with their elite armor. They've got really good weapon skill, a shield. they're very hard to kill. They're tankish, and that's why they're great in the square for siege, right? Of course, they're great for shield walls and other purposes. They're not great on offense, but they're outstanding defensive units. And then the Aserai Vanguard Ferris is more mixed. They're amazing offensively, but they're also pretty damn good defensively as well. I like those two different units. I hear tons of footprints coming up, and every time I divide units, we're down a bunch of troops. It's starting to become very worrisome. It's still a war of attrition at this stage, right? Who runs out first? These guys I'm adding over to the other side. We're going to try to blow a hole here for them. Escort these guys to the other side. Like Moses, we're going to part the Red Sea here. Out of our way, you motherfucking Imperials. Smash all you guys into the dust. It's so... Look at this fucking guy. Get off our walls. There's an archer on our walls and shit. Fuck you, they're still bringing archers up. Fuck no. I was gonna say shoot them. But it's just so satisfying. It's so fun to blow players all over the place, blow units all over the place. And with this speed, there's not that much skill to it, right? The biggest skill is timing and also just being able to move. With this kind of athleticism, it's very hard to get hit unless you're surrounded or being kind of careless. Look at this fucking archers shooting. So this square is almost destroyed. We got to get troops here quickly. The 5th Corps, again, I'm using that as an emergency division. Motherfucking the front gate is open. Holy shit, this is a crisis. All right, let's see what we got here. The 8th is here. The 5th. I just added the 5th to the other side. Look at that shit. There's a huge zerg of enemies in the gate. God damn it. This is the 8th Corps. Let's just charge at these guys. Every single guy get up there. The other side is messy, but holding. And this is the whole siege can go south right here. Look at this shit. There's a zombie apocalypse over here. Let's try to jam this side with this 1st division. Get in that corner. The 2nd division. What can we do here? 4th. I don't even know if that's the right division. I'm pulling some crossbow, though, towards the gate. I need these shields. Then we're going to have to replace archers here in this line. We've got to have firepower here to kill the enemy. So we'll move that newly created 1st division over. Now we got to get this gate closed, or at least jammed up. Fuck. All of a sudden, the enemy pouring through the gate. The death spam doesn't look bad, right? There is a little tiny militia square there. I was wondering if those guys were going to help the whole battle. Here's their opportunity, right? These guys have their moment to shine. Let's pull these other archers back. Let's jam those militia in there. Hold the gates there, fellas. We can... let's see how this looks. What it looks like is a horde of enemies right at the gate. Fuck. This side, is there nobody defending it? Fuck, this square's dead. Alright, we'll clear this shit. Let's pull those guys. I think that's the 7th Corps. I'm gonna defend this fucking gate myself. This is my fucking... I'm gonna be the 9th division here. Nobody gets in until the 7th. Get over here. I'm gonna put these guys in a square and jam them right here. We'll figure out the archer situation later. We gotta close this fucking... this rat hole immediately. I hold the gate. I hold the wall here. All right. Even though there's a bunch of archers in there, in a square. Do your best there, fellas. I'll try to get you some support. Let's see. I got this 5th division, 3rd division. We can mix these guys kind of in between. We're absolutely in triage mode now. The gate is jammed up, though. Those guys are doing a great job. There's a bunch of Fian Champs. Let's see. If we pull these guys back, is the enemy going to zerg through there? See what this looks like. Let's try sticking these crossbow in there instead. You always want shields in there if you can, right? All these Fian Champs in a square. It's not very effective. Alright, the crossbow's in there. There's a handful of militia left. Now we can start shooting these guys with those 2 archer divisions. I think those guys can also shoot the far side over there, although I just can't even pay attention to that. I shoved the 7th division in there. That's going to have to hold. These guys aren't paying me any attention. You know what I'm starting to see? True recruits. We are winning this fucking siege. Or at least we're getting towards the end of their units. Now, in the siege where we failed against 10,000, they had recruits for like 20 minutes. So, don't... I'm not saying this to keep you on the channel, but don't log off yet. I can't count our chickens before they hatch here. There are a lot of hungry foxes out there. We got archers there spraying. That looks good. That far side, God, that square is really beaten down. That's our precious second division. That's all that's left. But the archers are flaying. This was that nuclear bomb I was talking about. Look at this shit. It's Recruitville, and they're pouring through and being executed en masse by archers. They can't even get over the ridge. They're getting shot to pieces. I'm going to stay right here until this division fucking routs. Or at least until I start getting hit. I'm hardly getting hit at all. They are mosh pitting, jumping over me. Oh, shit. Hold the gate. This is Sparta. It just fucking makes you fucking want to fight. Like I actually want to fight right now. Give me a spear. Give me an axe. I'm a big fellow with big forearms. You would have not have wanted to meet me in a medieval battle. I split wood like nobody's business. The difference between splitting wood and splitting bodies is fucking mindset. Come on, bitches. Look at this shit. What a massacre. They're not making it through here. It's amazing. That side looks good. Hold that line there. We still got those fourth. Did they rout? Fuck yeah. And that is the biggest siege defense I have ever successfully made, fellas. Look at this fucking pile of pink bodies. Away they go. Oh man, I thought we had lost this. As soon as that gate burst open and there was fucking thousands of units pouring through it, I thought this was over. All three different locations here breached. And and incredibly, we held out. It took down almost 9,000 units. And we have half our army left. I mean, that is exhilaration right there, fellas. Only 500 kills, right? For this series, that's low for Hugh the Hammer. If it went on longer, he might have had 1,000. Look at this guy. Killed 189. That must be an archer. Both of these are archers, and they just raked. Of course, you know where they are? They're over here. These guys were guys I positioned here. They had good angles the whole battle. They were probably, and of course, they have unlimited ammo. There they are. They were just knocking on this hillside and firing into enemy troops for, what is this, 45 minutes. Well, hopefully you fellas enjoyed that shit. That was fucking exhilarating for me. That's the biggest siege defense I've ever made. Granted, the last 2,000 troops that flee here from the battlefield are all recruits, right? It's Recruitville. Not much better than looters. Someone's still shooting at them. Someone's trying to pad their stats and shit. But this shit was fucking glorious. That was exhilarating. Hopefully that was fun to watch. Especially, like I said, fellas, you just never know if we're going to win or lose these. And hopefully you're riding some of the emotions like I am. Because it just is so much more exciting when you don't know if you're going to win, right? This was obviously a brutally difficult challenge. And we were able to put the units in the right places, right? Now I sound like an athlete. I was able to, my teammates and God put us in the right places, you know, in order to succeed. I'd like to thank my parents and my teammates here. This was just great stuff. Great fucking battle. All right, well, this series continues. This is not going to be 50 episodes like the 300 series, I promise. We will be moving on to things like Realm of Thrones and other different interesting game overhauls. There may be other games in the channel's future. You know what? I never do this. We're going to take all these prisoners. I'm going to see how much money we get out of this one battle for prisoners. It almost hurt my wrist taking all their nobles prisoner. Now let's go to Rhotae here with our 206 survivors and take all these prisoners and see what we can get. You can picture 9,000 people. We would need some shepherd, some sheepdog to like to hurry them through the gates to the prison dealer. The ransom dealer's like, wait a minute, you have how many? Yeah, we have 9,000 prisoners. Would you like to buy some? And he's like, yeah, sure. Here's 387,412 gold. I just happen to have it laying around. This will be interesting here before we wrap this episode up. 778,000 in one battle from prisoners. That is epic. Of course, money's no object for us in this campaign. It's not really an actual campaign anyways. This is just a side series of a side series. But all that said, of course, if you want to see more from this side series, more from this 400, right? The Fabulous 400 or some other corny name. These guys are going to continue to try to rampage their way across Calradia. I don't know if there'll be any bigger sieges than that. I don't know how there could be. But it's been tremendously fun so far. So let me know what you think, fellas. Of course, if you want to see certain situations or have suggestions, even criticism, let me know. Please hit a like button. Hit that like button on the way out of here. Of course, you want to subscribe if you want to see more. With all that said, friends, I will see you guys next time.